A long time ago, down in the valley was a farm. On the farm there was a pigsty, and in the pigsty lived Mummy Pig and her 3 little pigs,
You're growing up so fast.
said the Mummy Pig to the 3 little pigs.
Soon there'll be no space for you here. It is time for you to leave the farm and build your own little houses to live in.
Before leaving, Mummy Pig gave each of the 3 little pigs a packed lunch, and she told them something very, very important. She said,
You must remember to build your houses out of bricks. Bricks are very strong and they'll keep you safe no matter what.
The 3 little pigs set off down the lane to the brickyard, leaving Mummy Pig all alone in the sty. After a short while, they came across the next-door farmer ploughing through his field. The first little pig thought to himself,
By golly, if I build my house out of this farmer's straw, then I'll save myself a trip to the brickyard. And I'll build my house in half the time.
So the first little pig said to the farmer,
I'd like a big bundle of your finest straw, kind sir. I'll use it to build my own house.
The farmer, a little surprised by the request, happily obliged. He gave the first little pig 10 bales of his finest straw, and the pig built his straw little house. The house looked sublime. There was not a single straw out of place, and the little pig was very proud of himself. A big bad wolf, who had been watching from afar, strolled up to the house, knocked at the door, and said in a low, gruff voice, Little pig, let me come in,
Not by the hair, my chin,
replied the little pig.
Fine. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your little house in,
said the big bad wolf. Without delay, the wolf took a huge breath in, and he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in. The straw house looked wonderful, but it was extremely weak. It fell down, and the big bad wolf gobbled up the first little pig. Meanwhile, the second and third little pig had continued their walk down to the brickyard. They soon came across another farm. This was an apple farm, and the farmer was busy chopping down the branches of the apple trees. An enormous pile of sticks lay on the ground next to the farmer. The second little pig thought to himself,
By golly, I've got it. I'll make my house out of sticks. It'll save my tired legs from walking further, and my house will be done in an instant.
So the second little pig said to the farmer,
I'd like to have that enormous pile of sticks, kind sir. I'll use it to build my house.
The farmer, who was looking for a way to get rid of the sticks, happily obliged. He gave the second little pig all of the sticks, and the pig built his house. The house looked fabulous. There was not a single stick out of place, and the little pig was very proud of himself. The big bad wolf, fresh from gobbling the first little pig, strolled up to the stick house, knocked at the door, and said in a low, gruff voice,
Little pig, let me come in,
Not by the hair, my chin,
replied the second little pig.
then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in,
said the big bad wolf. Without delay, the big bad wolf took a huge breath in. Then he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in. The stick house looked superb, but it was too weak. So it fell down in an instant, and the big bad wolf gobbled up the second little pig. Meanwhile, the third little pig had made it all the way into the brickyard. He went up to the man in charge of the yard and said,
Hello, kind sir. I would like a big pile of your finest bricks to build my house.
the man, who as it turned out was extremely generous, happily obliged. He gave the third little pig all the bricks he wanted, and the pig built his brick house. The house not only looked tremendous, it was extremely strong. The third little pig had taken the time to build his house well, and he was extremely proud of it. The big bad wolf, fresh from gobbling the second little pig, strolled up to the brick house, knocked at the door, and said in a low, gruff voice,
Little pig, let me come in.
Not want to hear my chinny chin chin.
replied the third little pig.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in,
Said the big bad wolf. Without delay, the big bad wolf took a huge breath in. Then he huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed. But the brick house was much too strong and well built to be blown down.
Little pig, I'm going to eat you up. I will climb upon your house and come down the chimney and gobble you up, single bite.
Hearing this, the little pig quickly made a roaring fire and placed upon it a large pot full of water. As the wolf came down the chimney, the little pig lifted the lid of the pot. The wolf fell into the pot with a plop head first, and the little pig replaced the lid quick as a flash. The little pig then boiled the wolf and lived happily ever after.